Hey, welcome back to Access Carolina. If your child has come to you saying that they want a cell phone, you might feel conflicted about whether they need one and what kind of phone might be appropriate. So we've got Bill Vicary here, the founder and president of Just Call Bill. Welcome. Great to see you.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
I think a lot of people are having this question. So let's get into maybe what are some of the reasons a child would need or just want a cell phone?
Well, it goes back to need versus want, and that's a family discussion, but usually typically it's safety.
Yeah.
It could be like after school programs or activities, maybe like you and I were talking about, oh, do we have the bus or transportation? Oh, my friend has one, the neighbor says that.
It's the peer pressure that's real, right?
Absolutely, with the kids, but also with the parents. You know, well, what kind of phone do you have? And do you have a new one or an old one, and that type of stuff.
I think it's funny the kids all pretend like everybody in my class has a brand new iPhone, and the parents are going, let's get them one of those watches, and maybe that'll tide them over.
Yeah, and cost comes into that factor. You know, a brand new iPhone or an Android is $1,000 or more.
So now if you determine if it would be a good idea for your child, they've got a really long bus route, for example, or lots of pickups. So you decide that you want them to have a phone. You said several factors to consider, including how responsible is your child, right?
Right. So are they constantly losing their soccer ball or their sneakers, or don't remember to brush their teeth or whatever? And I get kids are kids, but all of a sudden when you introduce an expensive piece of technology, there's a responsibility to even owning it and operating it.
Guard this with your life for the first time you ever really practice that. So let's take a look at some of the options then. There's a wide range of ways you could do this. A popular choice for families who just want their kids to be able to call or text is the flip phone. We can still do
You know, the flip phone's still here. It's available. It's actually being more popular with even Gen Zers and millennials now because they want to get away from the smartphone.
And as we hold that up on the screen, open that back up, is it still you hit the number 2 3 times to make the letter C?
Yeah, that's for texting. So texting is kind of a pain in the butt on a flip phone, but it is doable.
But if your kid tells you, I only wanted the phone to be able to text you and grandma and make phone calls, then that should do it.
Right, and it's probably one of the lower cost options too.
And then you read about the Bark phone, and then the Apple and Android smartwatch.
Yeah, so Bark phone is actually a very high parental controlled Android phone. It's about $30 a month, and it literally is locked down, and the parent unlocks the features they want.
Very specific, an app or a site.
Exactly. So it basically no internet access. The Apple phone and watch and Android, they have access to the internet, but can be locked down with parental controls and no internet. It just depends on what you want your kids to have access to or not.
Well, and I think it's stressful too because parents are always hearing, kids always have ways around these things. You know,
absolutely.
They're always a step ahead.
Yeah, so the parents really have a responsibility to be a parent, and I want to see your phone. I want to see what you're doing. I want to, you know, there's ways that you can track them and make sure they're safe. And it's not that you don't trust them, but you want to make sure they really went to soccer practice and didn't go to the mall.
This whole season is ahead in my household for sure. So considering a phone, if it is going to have some internet access, talk about the safety concerns, the advice. You've gotten into a little bit of that already, but there's plenty to keep in mind.
Yeah, so I mean, they may want to be on social media. So do you want them to be on social media?
No, I do not.
And so absolutely. So that means, is it on the internet? What about the cost, your monthly cost of the phone? Oh, well, it's on the family plan. But like I said, brand new Androids and Apples start at $1,000. You can get a used phone. Do you want to monitor or track them? One, mean physical location, but two, what are they looking at and how are they using their phone?
Okay, and I'm sure, you know, there's such a variety of ways to address all these concerns, but there's a list of things you've got to pare down before you know. And then no matter what kind of phone you end up going with, you're going to have some expectations as a parent for its uses and the consequences if misused. How are we going to deal with that? Right,
and so part of it is having that discussion up front that, you know, like you said, you're talking with your sons. Okay, well, we're thinking about it, so here's your expectations. If you don't do this, then this is what's going to happen. And whatever that is, do you turn some things off? Do you take it away from them? There's lots of options for that.
And I suppose I just like the thought that you start in with the smallest minimum thing and work your way up when a child proves himself, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of like a car. You know, you're not going to buy them a brand new Maserati.
No.
But you might get them the $500 old beater.
I like this. All right, this is going to work for us. And your company offers technology and education services for senior adults and families. families. We'll put your information on screen, but anything else you want people to know about the services you provide?
One of the other things we've been doing lately is just being a resource for seniors and families, meaning even stuff that I do, but stuff that I don't know. Hey, I need an elder law lawyer. My wheelchair doesn't work.
Yeah.
I have a team of people that I partner with that if just call me and I can point you in the right direction to make sure they get some help.
A whole network of resources.
Absolutely.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you so much, Bill. And you can just call Bill at the number on